What's up guys? So congratulations if you clicked on this video, because in this video today you're about to find out one of the strategies that whales employ, the traders that are profitable employ when trading meme coins. So there's a bunch of different strategies that different people like to utilize. Some of them are more successful, some of them are less successful, but this one in my opinion is one of the most reliable ones. And you should use different kind of strategies at different times with different coins, but this one is very useful to have in your, toolbox for whenever you're trading anything. So let's get right into it. So let's go over what kind of strategies different people use. So we got the most popular one right here. This very angry guy with spit flying out of his mouth, yelling that he has alpha. So people that are in all kinds of different alpha groups, they have connections, they have friends, and they're trying to find tokens where they think they have some kind of insider information or some information that is not currently available to the public. The kind of guys that go into your DMs and telling you need to buy this token on Pump Fund at 20k market cap. I know the dev, bro. Really, I do. He has bonded 2 tokens that went to 150k market cap. Just buy it. We'll do 5x, exit, everybody's gonna be happy. Let's do that. So they scour the internet, they scour all the different alpha groups, and they trying to find their edge. This is a pretty good strategy. It works, but you need to have connections, you need to have friends, you need to always, know what's going on around you, and it takes a lot of time. So this is for the people that like to spend 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day in the trenches. Then we have the next type of person. It's, I know the trends and memes, bro. It's the type of guys that sit on Pump Vision all day long. They look at all the tokens that are about to graduate. They analyze the meme, they analyze the name, the ticker, how many people are talking about it, and then they make their choice. Do they think this is gonna, go viral, go to tens of millions of market cap? Should he buy in here? And most of the time it's just gambling, because the guy just gambles. Is this 50k market cap coin gonna go to 1 million, or is it just gonna rug and not even bond? And then we have the third type of people. I've got conviction, bro. So the conviction guys, they find, a token they really like that is undervalued. They go into everybody's DM, says this thing is so undervalued, man. We just need people to notice it. We need the eyes on it. Just wait a week or two, and this is gonna moon. And then, maybe he is right and it does end up mooning. Maybe he's wrong and nothing happens to it. But then you have the geniuses all the way at the end of the bell curve that just says, I like Fibonacci. And yes, today's video is gonna be about technical analysis, which you might laugh about in your head right now, thinking, man, there's no technical analysis for meme coins. Yep, there's none, but most technical analysis is actually psychological analysis. It helps you find key levels where most people are gonna buy in. You need to understand that 95% of the participants in the market are mostly, I'm sorry to say this, sheep. So, looking at the chart, looking at proper key levels can tell you where the sheep will want to buy in, where the normies will want to buy in, and where you find your edge. So you don't need to follow any private groups, any alpha groups, look at social media. You can just look at the chart and find your perfect entries. And this strategy works literally 8 out of 10 times. So let me show you how it's done. And we can start with the token called GOAT. So this strategy works best when you're trading proven tokens. So not something that just launched on Pump Fund 5 minutes ago. It's the 200k market cap and you're trying to put Fibonacci retracement on it. No, you need to find tokens that are proven, that are already at millions. People are talking about it, they have a real community behind it, and that's when you can actually analyze it. So to find your Fibonacci retracement, I have it as my favorite tool, so it's right here on the chart. But for you, most likely you'll have to go on this left-hand side indicator bar. It's the third from the top. You click the small arrow right here and you choose Fib retracement, the Fibonacci retracement. There's no real proper time frame when you're supposed to how you're supposed to put it on the chart. It all depends on your trading strategy. So, you know, one thing you can do is you can put it all the way from the bottom to the top. So you would see, you know, the whole picture, all the key levels on this chart. If you're a long-term trader, if you want to buy and hold, you know, for a week, 2 weeks, a month, you can do that. Or what you can do is, if you're more of a swing trader like me, if you want to make money, you know, in the time frame of 1 to 3 days, then you can analyze every single trend. So we have 3 distinct trends on this chart. Number 1, I would call this a trend. Then number 2, like a buy trend, and number 3. So we can analyze every single one of these separately. So let's start with the easiest one. So the goat has launched, you have missed the launch, and there's a buy trend of it just going up and up and up. Now, if you would be looking at the chart every single day of this token, you would see that it's just going up and up and up. So we're going to pull the Fibonacci retracement from the bottom when the trend has started all the way to the top where it has kind of broke and started going for a correction. This would be very noticeable. Even, you know, some people would say it's hard to find a trend before it has actually happened. It's easier to see it once it has happened. But, you know, if you'd be looking at the chart, you would see that, you know, somewhere around here, that this dip is way more major than usual. And, you know, maybe it's time to check the Fibonacci retracement. So I have it from the bottom of the trend to the top of the trend right here. Let's see where it has went down. Also, before we continue, you can right click on the Fibonacci, you can click settings, you can change all your colors, you can change the opacity. So usually it starts like around this opacity, which is way too colorful for me. It kind of blocks the chart way too much, so I like to lower it down just so there's a little bit of color left, but it doesn't really block your view as much. Another thing, it starts out with levels and it just says values. You want to put this on percent, so we can see that the first key level is 23.6% dip, second key level is 38% dip, 50, 60, and so on. Now let's see what happens most often. You would, you know, pretend that you don't know what happened later on the chart. You see that the token has went to 500 million, which really has proven that this token has strength behind it. By this time, everybody already knew that Mark Anderson from A16Z is like talking to GOAT, and you know, it's a good token with a really strong future. So the key levels where I personally like to buy and where I buy any proven token that has a dip like that is between 50 and 61%, between this green and kind of like mint line. But you can even go as far as down to the 80% dip. So right here we can see between the 50 and 60% dip there. If I would have a limit order here, it would execute because it has touched several times. Usually what I would do is put several limit orders, one at the top of the line right here, one a little lower towards it, and maybe even an extra one on between the 60 and 80% dip, just to get the best DCA average price. Oops. So it has touched, we have touched right here. Our average price would be like 230 million. And guess what? On the next buy trend, we go all the way up to like 840 million, giving us a nice, juicy 3x. So let's try this again. So this was one trend. Right here, let's check the second trend that I was talking about. So it has started somewhere down here. This was the lows and went up here to the highs. You don't want to go all the way up to the wicks, because for all we know, the price could be there for like 5 or 10 seconds with just a math bot buying or maybe a whale buying, and you know, it's not real price. You want it to be right at the end of the actual candle. So that was all our all-time highs. You can pull the Fibonacci retracement indicator to the side as long as you maintain the correct market cap. So we can pull it to the side here just to see more. So second buy trend, it goes up, then it kind of, starts doing a little correction here. And let's see what would happen if we would buy in our favorite zone of 50 to 60%. So right here it is. It has went lower as it usually does, almost to the 80% dip, but it has stopped in the middle. But, as I said, if I would be putting limit orders, I would probably have a buy here, and then a buy down here, and then DCA somewhere in the middle. But let's say you just have one limit order between 50 and 60% retracement. That would put your average price at about 520 million. And guess what? On the next buy trend, it goes to 1.3 billion, giving you a nice, juicy 2.5x. And all of that is done without knowing anything about the token except that, it has really deep liquidity, it has big market cap, just knowing that it's popular. You don't really have to be sitting in all the alpha groups looking for people telling you that, there's this gonna happen and this gonna happen. No, you just look at the retracement and you can buy in. It's almost like when you're playing poker and you get pocket aces, you have to play that hand. You cannot just fold it instantly because you're literally getting two of the best cards in your hand right off the bat. And so the strategy obviously does not work 100% of the time, but it literally, in my experience, works 8 out of 10 times, which gives you 2 to 3x every time you use this strategy, sometimes even more. If you do this strategy every time, you're gonna end up positive with profits. Let's take a look at Fartcoin here. So once again, Fartcoin goes up to 75 million, already showing everybody that this is a serious project with serious liquidity behind it. Let's see what, oops, I chose the wrong indicator by accident. We go to the Fib retracement and we pull it from down here to up here. Just pull it to the side. Perfect. Got it perfectly. So Fartcoin goes up, then goes for a very, very big correction. We would buy somewhere here. Here's our average. Something, if you had limit orders, you would even buy it right here towards the 80% mark. So as usual, we say that we bought somewhere in the middle at around 32 million market cap. Guess what happens on the next buy trend? It goes to 400 million, giving you more than 10x profits. It's just that simple. All you had to do is see it launch. You put your Fibonacci retracements, you know that this is the best buy zone, and you buy in. It also protects you from buying at the wrong time. So sometimes, you want to enter a token at the slightest dip because it already feels like, it's going to keep going up, keep going up. You don't want to do that. You want to put up their Fibonacci retracement. You don't want to buy in the 38% zone most of the time. It almost always dips below that. You don't want to buy between 40 and 50%, but right here on average is the best buy zone between 50 and 60%. And you can test it out yourself literally on any chart of any proven token. It works time and time again. And so many whales I know, so many people with large portfolios I know trade using the Fibonacci because it just makes your life so much easier. It allows you, you don't have to gamble on all the small tokens that are just launching and you don't even know if it's gonna, actually moan or if it's just gonna rug you. You choose real tokens that prove themselves and you buy them according to Fibonacci. Yes, there is variance, 1 out of 10 times it might not work out, but almost always it works out. And if you have enough pieces in your portfolio, you will 100% be profitable. So yeah, if you want to test this, you just take $1,000 out of your portfolio, break it into 5 pieces, and then just invest into every single chart of a proven token when you see it at those key levels, because that's just how it works. Most of those tokens have market makers working on them, and the job of a market maker is to make the chart look nice. And part of making the chart look nice is to maintain proper key levels. So most of the time, market maker will purposely push down the price of the token to hit those key levels because they know that so many traders are going to start buying up at those key levels because just so many normies will do it because it's a psychological level where everybody just for some reason always wants to buy in. So you get a lot of organic buys once you push it down that much. And then, they start the pump. So I hope this strategy was useful to you. I hope you can add it to your toolbox and it's gonna help you make even more profits. So don't forget to like the video if this was helpful for you, subscribe for more content, and I hope you make a lot of money and see you later.